Hello, and welcome back to Rain Residential's podcast. I'm Roxy Condry, and here with our Rain Residential team, we're thrilled to have you join us for another episode. If you're curious about what's new and noteworthy in Ocean Springs, you're in the right spot. Today, we're diving into the new developments and some recently renovated complexes now available for sale. From OS 1515 and the Porter to the Sands and more, Ocean Springs is buzzing with opportunities. So whether you're looking for something that's starting as low as $199,000 or a luxury property that's over $1 million, there truly is something for everyone. We're excited to share the details and help you explore these incredible opportunities. So let's get started. Well, hopefully you tuned in to our previous podcast about Ocean Springs and why we chose to move to the area as well as stay here. We all at the table are certainly big fans of this area and wanted to take an opportunity for this podcast to get into a few of the new things that are coming online. We are fortunate here at Rain, have had the opportunity in the past to be involved with quite a few developments that have come online and get involved with those from the very beginning to the conceptual stage of planning, as well as following it through with having the listing and helping the developers for those sell it. So some like Inlet, the cottages have been ones we've done in the last couple of years and are excited to have that opportunity again for a couple new ones that are coming online. So today we wanted to take an opportunity, since we're getting so many questions on some of these new developments that we have. We've started selling on most of them and have a couple still condos available and some, as well as some properties that we don't have the listing on that we just feel like would be good for you to know about, because those are certainly going to be a big impact on our area. So we're going to jump right in. I think we could get started with OS 1515 and kind of give people an idea of everything from what's still available to purchase there, as well as the amenities that they can enjoy and much more.
Yeah. So 1515, OS 1515 is a development going on Government Street, and it's almost done. So if you guys are driving by, you've seen it. The projected completion date is late January. And so it's really cool to see it from ground up. There, in case you don't know exactly about the property, there is a boutique hotel that has 33 rooms and event space. There is retail, and then there's also 14 luxury condos. Additionally, it is Ocean Springs' first parking garage. So there's going to be a parking garage there on site, which is public and should help out with all of the parking downtown. I'll talk about the condos first, so if anyone has questions, let me know. But there's 14 condos, and what's really cool about this is that it's a true condotel. And so folks can buy the condos and be a part of the rental management program, where they're beautifully furnished and marketed right alongside the boutique hotel. And so we've seen a lot of investors actually from all over the country come in and purchase. So we've had, again, 14, we have 3 left. 2 of them are a smaller footprint. They're 632 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. And those are on a 3rd floor. There's an elevator, so it kind of checks all those boxes. And then there's a larger condo available in building B, which is just 2 stories high. And that is 830 square feet. 815 square feet, something around there. And that's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. And they overlook the courtyard, which is really cool. And there's been some news articles with this huge mural that went up, actually from a mural artist that has been all over the country and out of the country as well.
Yeah,
Looks amazing. It's really cool. So yes, if you're interested in that investment, then definitely let us know. Because it's such a unique property, and it's really exciting.
Something on that too that I think is worth mentioning, because you said it, but sometimes it's not as familiar for our market, but it is a condotel, and that's something I know I've been here 20 years, and it's the first time that, not 20 yet, but it's close. But since I've been selling condos here on the coast, I think there was one proposed that was in Biloxi early when I was kind of getting involved with this market, but since then I haven't seen another condotel come on. And what that means for people that might not be familiar with the term is that the management will run through the hotel. So it's going to allow someone to come in and, they can still use the condo, but they can put it on the management program that the hotel is running, which is obviously going to be a very professional way to manage the property. And it allows them to have like the kind of best of both worlds in that aspect. So for the investment side, people have really found that to be an attractive opportunity for them. And it also is giving people the opportunity to kind of have a turnkey. They just kind of jump in, and it's, furniture packages there. They get a few choices. They choose from those. So I was really excited that, they reached out to us and allowed us to list this, because it was something that was kind of new for our market and something that we were able to, introduce. And even some of the realtors here haven't maybe, had an opportunity to sell one of those. So it's fun to be able to offer something completely new and completely different to the market for sale. So, and
absolutely
3 left on those?
There's 3 left, yes. And price points, they start at $350, and then the larger units $480. And so I think one of the things you were saying too was that being in the Condotel program, because it's so unique and new to our area, just to reiterate, the cool thing is that people are buying this turnkey. They're buying a furniture package. It's beautifully appointed. But there's no cap on how long they could stay there themselves. So a lot of people are doing a second home and investment. So it's hands-free on the management part because it's on the hotel. And then when they want to come into town, they can stay for a month. They could stay for 6 months. They could stay for one night. And there's no cap on how much or little they can stay. So I think it makes it a really flexible property.
And there's no real work on their end.
Exactly.
They don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's always an advantage of having it on a program, because the last thing you want to do is show up to your second home and have, a honey-do list of things that you need to do. So with having the property manager involved, I think helps to kind of alleviate some of those things you might run into.
Anyone that's had an Airbnb knows it's not a passive income. It's definitely an active.
What's the management fee on that?
It's 25%.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. They've been announcing some of the food. There's a food hall there, and they've been announcing who's going to be going in. So that's been really fun to see who's going in, what kind of food's going to be there. So in the food hall, there is a couple local chefs. So the Pilates have 2 spots there, and our community loves the Pilates. So they do food, booze, and hiccups right now. But they will have 2 spots inside there, which is a charcuterie, where you can go in and do it, pick your own charcuterie stuff out.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and then a bakery with some sweet treats as well. There's also going to be Marcello's, which is Frank Marcello from New Orleans, and he'll have Italian food, which will be really fun. And these are going to be open.
We need some Italian
lunch,
food.
dinner,
Yeah.
yes. And then there's one other one. Well, of course, the craft cocktail bar will be in the food hall as well. Inside the hotel will be a high-end steak restaurant, steak and seafood. And so there's going to be a bunch of stuff going on. And then I think pretty soon we're going to start to hear on the retail, what retailers are coming in, which I think will be really exciting for everyone to learn about as well.
Yeah, can't wait to get those out. Yeah. One thing that's really unique too, because we're talking about like a unique offering, is the paddocks. And I know you got a listing in there, and I think that's certainly something we haven't seen. I'm starting to see other people kind of do that same model.
Yeah.
But I'd love to, share with everybody a little more of like, what is the paddock?
Yes, so the paddock is a condo garage, basically luxury man cave, but not limited to man only. But it's 30 by 35. It has a mezzanine, so you walk up to the top where you can oversee your car collection and have a little kitchenette, TV, lounge area. It's a really cool concept. There's 8 of them there. There is one left for sale, so it's $369,000. It's top quality finishes as far as the construction. The garage doors are rated for hurricanes. It's the ACs, everything. You do come in and do all your decorative stuff yourself and design that yourself. And everyone, they're kind of having a little competition right now with the people that do own them.
Yeah.
So who's going to design theirs the best, who's going to have the coolest one.
And these have a bathroom. Is it a full bath?
Yeah, it's a bathroom in on the first floor. So there's, you know, there is a need for it, obviously, because all but one is sold so far. And it's a nice place. You know, if you have a house and you only have a 2-car garage, but you like to collect cars or
Boats or
yeah.
golf cart if you're not downtown.
yeah, golf cart, you know, you have a nice place to store all your stuff and stay downtown. And some people that bought them are not from Ocean Springs. They live in
Right.
Biloxi, but they like to come over here and hang out and golf cart downtown and keep their.
You know, you bring up a good point. So both of these are on government,
Yeah.
which is certainly been an area of Ocean Springs that continues to bring like new things to town, and it's such a great walking area. You know,
Yeah.
it's where you can walk to all of the shops and the restaurants and everything, and these are both like within footsteps
Yeah.
of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to say too, it's interesting because we've seen so many folks in, you know, in the last couple of years that are relocating here, getting second homes here from different areas of the country. And then condos have been a big thing in Ocean Springs. And
Yeah.
so it makes sense that people might want to buy that so they can have their cool vacation car down here, you know, the convertible for the
Yes.
nice weather and all that stuff.
Yeah, and we're, you know, with cruising the coast here, a big
Right.
staple. There's lots of people on the coast that love to collect those cool cars, whether they're
Yeah.
old or new.
Yes.
So it will hold several cars. Some people are even putting lifts in them,
Oh,
so they
okay.
can get more usage.
Your boat. You can
of-
have your boat in there too.
Are they
to,
finished?
To a certain
Oh.
size.
They are pretty much finished. The ones, some of them are we're on the phase right now of decorating, doing the finishing
cool.
touches on their unit.
That is unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really great. You know, I was glad we've got another project that I definitely want to bring into the mix is the Porter.
Yeah.
And those were actually, you know, an apartment complex that got converted to condos, but they're doing a golf cart storage. And that
Yeah.
it was nice to see the other day. I was over there kind of seeing that come to life. And I'm excited to see people doing these things that are
Yeah.
accommodating these new amenities that we
Right.
have to enjoy what I think makes Ocean Springs special. And,
Yeah.
you know, having a place that's covered for your golf cart is become a really important thing. So
has.
if you want that, I'd love to just give you an opportunity
Yeah.
to give us a little rundown on the Porter and where we are,
Yeah.
because those are about to be sold out too.
They are about to be sold out. So the Porter, as Roxy was saying, those were apartments that were converted into a condo. They've been fully renovated. And it's right off of Porter, as the name suggests. And there's 44 condos. The majority are 2-bedroom, 1-bathrooms. But there's also 8 1-bedrooms that will be on the market come January. And those look really good as well. But of the 44, 25 have sold, and it's so fun to see people there with their golf carts, with their wreaths on the door and decorating the
That's
whole
nice.
community. And then there's quite a few pending. So there's just one left that's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. And it's being marketed right now and would be able to be closed in the spring. So the renovations will start in 2025 on that one.
Is there a price point on the 1-bedrooms yet, or not? Have they not done that yet?
So they're going to be right around 200,000. So if you have anyone or if anyone's interested, reach out. They're also a smaller square footage, so their COA dues are going to be a little bit less than what the 2-bedrooms are, which is $499.
The living room's pretty spacious though. It's
Yeah.
in there. They're
It's a nice
renovating right
layout.
now.
What is
And
the square footage on that?
they're about to measure them, but
Okay.
600.
600, yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
because the cottage is 400, the 1-bedroom cottage, so
it's bigger than that.
Good.
It is
Yeah.
bigger.
Mhm.
It's much, the layout's
But you have the
totally
swimming
different.
pool.
Yeah,
the
there's a
linen
pool,
lounge.
there's
Those
a
don't
linen
have washer
lounge.
dryer, do they?
It does not have a washer dryer, but there's the linen lounge on site, which I'm glad you brought that up.
And
It's really
the 1-bedrooms
cute.
are next door to the linen lounge too.
It is,
Yeah.
and it's right by the golf cart storage. It's right by where like the trash bin would be. So it's a nice location.
Yeah.
And
there's
I
a
look at
cooking
that, I think
area.
the return on the 1-bedroom is almost as good as the 2-bedroom right there
Yeah.
too. So I think it would be a really good investment for a lot of folks
Mhm.
looking to get in that market. 'Cause
Yeah.
Again, you can do it by right there, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
right. So it is in the downtown overlay district, which is really appealing to a lot of the folks that have these under contract or that have bought them. And what that means is that it can be a short-term rental. You get a permit, but there's no waiting in line like you see in the like outside of the downtown district. So yeah,
So you go through the process, but you
You
don't
go
have
through-
to wait to do that as soon as.
correct.
you
Once
can-
you close, you can just
Yeah.
get your inspection done.
And I
get the
think it's such a
permit.
great location too, because there's so much development down here, which is great, but then around the corner you're at the beach and
Yeah.
you're at the yacht club,
Yeah,
or walk the bridge or whatever. So
and it
I
has
love
the
that
golf
spot.
cart storage, which
So there's chargers in there?
plugins. Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
covered. It has the pool, which is great. It has a grilling area. And then it also has the linen lounge, which has a laundry room and games and stuff.
When are
so.
those available? When can people make offers or get one of those
We are-
bedrooms under contract?
Officially ready to accept contracts
Okay.
on the one bedrooms.
So that might make selling
that's
myself.
our big,
Yeah,
big announcement on
And
that.
with
When will
developer
those be
yesterday.
able to close? In the spring as
The
well?
goal would be by March 1st.
March, okay.
And I was there yesterday and I mean, spoke with the contractor and like he feels confident with those numbers. We met with the developer yesterday and that's when he gave it that March 1st date and it's all really on schedule. So we can see.
We should have a
Right.
furnished unit, an example, ready hopefully by the end of this year. So we can share photos and you'll see it on
Yeah,
our
we'll
social
start
media and
putting
all
those
that
out,
stuff.
model for
Yeah.
that. So I think, we've talked a lot about condos, but I do think we should certainly get into some of the residential developments that are happening here in Ocean Springs too. And one that has, we've heard probably a lot about if you've kept up with any of the news, but it is, right now for sale. It's available. It's one that I think, Alan, you've kind of become familiar with, and I would love for you to kind of just give the rundown on what is available at the Sands so that if anyone's interested, we'd love to, set up a showing for you and we can work with that group in order to facilitate kind of getting you more familiar with the project and get in some of the houses available now as well as ones that could be built in the future.
Definitely. I think the Sands is not our listing, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's been a project we've been paying attention to, and I think most of the city has been aware of. I think they started working on it in 2015.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I
it's
didn't
been
know
a
exactly how many
very,
years
very
ago.
long
Yes.
project. It's on the site of the former, what was it, the D'Iberville and
The
El
apartment.
Madrid apartments,
Yeah.
where there were 112 units back before Katrina. So much less density brought to the area. It's keeping that like small town charm of Ocean Springs and bringing some I guess actual places to live on Front Beach, because right now it's just there's so few besides maybe Gulf Oaks condominiums. You really only have, I don't even know how many home sites, but I would say maybe 20, 30. So it really gives people an opportunity. I think the smallest home in there is just under 2,000 square feet. It's right at just under $1 million. And then the largest one is up around $2.5 million. I think it's 5,500 square feet. And that's beachfront. All of the homes have beachfront views. There's a community pool. There's multiple green spaces. They've, like the architecture on it, they designed it to where it's right across from the what is it called? The lawn on Front Beach right there. So it's really kind of perfectly melded into the area, and it gives, to me, I look at downtown, and we were talking about where OS 1515 is and where the paddock is, and you become basically this one long stretch that you can just really walk the entire way, and the Sands is just melding into this downtown community and becoming like a neighbor to us, a neighbor to all of us really that live down here. But it's designed, I would say for end users. There's no short terms allowed, but the builder is Michael Butler Crafted Homes. I mean, I've been in a lot of the homes he's built, and I feel like would happily recommend them to anybody doing anything.
Yeah, they do a great
They-
job.
They do a wonderful job. So I'm just really happy to see it kind of come to fruition after
Me too.
Yeah.
after 9 years now. So, but it's my understanding is I think they're still mostly all available. There may be one sold, but for the most part, they haven't. The construction on the two that were there, and then it got stopped. That was some litigation, but the big one on the corner is the one that's $2.5 million and 5,500 square feet, and I think it's just outfitted to a T as well. And you look at those price points for being on the beach and being just in that 1 to 1.5. I don't think you're going to be able to find it anywhere else in Ocean Springs. I don't think there'll be another development that would be able to put anybody like this. So, it'll be an absorption issue just because of the price point, but that neighborhood is going to be, I think, an absolutely wonderful, finished product, and excited to see it.
Well, I remember Michael talking about, back in the day when people say, gosh, it's just so huge, so much concrete. And he was like, they were really going in hard on the landscaping
Mhm.
plan. Were they using Prius?
Christian, I think,
Yeah.
I believe he is the one that did it originally. I'm not
Right.
sure if, you know, I don't know if he's still
And I know
involved
he
or
was
not.
inspired by like Rosemary Beach, which you
Yeah.
know is beautiful. And
Absolutely.
so I think as it develops
And-
and you add all of that in, it's gonna.
And they've got a lot of that on their website and a lot
Yeah.
of what they're, how it's developed. And they've, it's changed a few times because the number of lots has changed and different things
Mm-hmm.
now that's actually updated. But I mean, it's so hard to look at a project like that when it's a blank slate. But I mean, I think it'll be stunning when it's done. I mean, honestly, I wish it had been done a few years earlier.
Yeah.
I think we all do. I think we would have sold that out 4 years ago.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it will be. I think it will be what we think it would have been and will be. So I'm excited to see it.
What's
getting
the
going.
process? So if someone wants to buy that, are they buying a lot and then they're building
No,
it
Butler
after
is the builder of
closing,
all of
or
them. So I think they'll really customize to pretty much anything
Okay.
they want. I think they're 17 or 18. There may be more on MLS right now.
yeah,
But I think they'll work with you on kind of however you want it. Price depends on lot size. They have their plans. They're all designed to like meld into one another. But for the most part, I think you can do almost anything. I mean, it is truly like a
that's cool.
Like a spec build, yeah, or
Like a custom-
build.
like a
Excuse me. Yeah, when I spoke with Jennifer, yeah, that ultimately, like, if someone's interested, we can facilitate, getting them connected with the development group so that they can start the process of selecting a lot. There's plans available, but in addition to that, there is a lot of customization that can
Yeah.
be done. And so it really does allow you to have like this personal, home that you've put a lot of your own, personal input into. But it does take out some of the, there's some really fantastic plans that are available, and they've
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
like a package put together that if that's a little of an overwhelming process to build a whole house, this is a good option because you can come in and, take advantage of the things that are already kind of worked out that are really incredibly done. So,
And if you
Yeah.
can't find something that they've done that you like, then I think you're a very difficult person to please.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most of us all know a lot of those
Yeah.
guys involved personally.
Yeah.
And they're all great folks. So I mean, I'm really kind of wishing for the best for them and
Yeah, I
hoping
think
to
it's
sell
going to
some
be a
of
big
them.
success.
it seems like, I think since it did take so long, it's just taking time for people to realize now it's available.
Right.
It
And so I
is.
think that was why it was important for us to, talk about it today, just to let people know, like, if that's something that is appealing, call us. Like, we can start, that process and try to help them to learn more about the project and see if it's something that fits their needs.
Yeah.
Because I think people had the name in their mind for a long time, but now realizing that it's actually for sale and available is like a whole nother step.
Yeah,
So
and what that timeline is. Yeah.
but I think, there's a lot of projects that are still in the works that are going to be coming online in 2025, but I think it's a little early to kind of jump into those. But certainly, I think as these podcasts keep going, we'll continue to like bring those up. But these are some that are actually for sale right now. So I think it was important for us to kind of at least hit those. I don't know that we were able to hit everything that's new construction right now in Ocean Springs, but at least we were able to get some of the ones that we've become involved with. As well as we'll be excited to kind of get into the collective in one of our future podcasts too, because as y'all are talking about being the neighbors of the Porter and some of the stuff happening, we're going to have a big commercial development here at Rain that's like in the front of our property here at the office, and be able to kind of announce some of those people that are coming in and give you a little more information on that too.
Exciting.
So, but we are excited about, I think, the things that are happening in Ocean Springs, and would love to hear from anyone that is interested in a topic in the future. This podcast, I've said that before, is really supposed to be for all of you that are listening. So if there is something that you're interested in, we would absolutely love to hear from you. You can comment below. So please do that and let us know what you want to hear. But thanks for tuning in, and we will look forward to seeing you next time. While we would have loved to have covered all the new developments in Ocean Springs, time didn't allow. So, we did focus a little bit on the downtown opportunities that are there, but there's certainly things right outside of that area that if you have interest in or want more information on, please reach out. So we are here to help in any way that we can with all of your real estate needs. Thank you.